but I just cleaned that. Oh, and now it's messy again. Who wins? We're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by SavvyCleaner Training, where we teach all different kinds of house cleaners and maids, people that have been in the business for a very long time, people that are just getting started in the business, and franchise owners. We teach them all how to fill in the gaps of their business so they can go from startup or existing business to empire. It's an amazing program. Check it out over at SavvyCleaner.com. All right, on to today's show. Very interesting question. This came into our YouTube show, and this is from Kara K. She says, the checklist is a great idea because the house I clean gets dirty immediately while I'm there, since the family is also home. And then the wife says, well, there are still crumbs and stuff all over the kitchen floor. And I have to tell her, well, that's because you guys and the dog are dragging crumbs everywhere after I've already cleaned. And I can't clean the same room twice in the same day. Okay, so lots of house cleaners are running into this right now because this is right after the stay-at-home from COVID-19. So lots of families are still at home and they have not gone out or they have nowhere to go. And so the house cleaners are starting to come back, but the families are still there. Oh, so now you clean a room and then you leave and you go in the next room. The family goes in this room and they untidy it. And then what? Then what? Because when you go to check off your checklist, the room is all dirty again. How do you guarantee it? Okay, it's a very interesting question, very valid question. And what it comes down to is this. You have to do room by room inspections. So let's say that you worked in the kitchen looks amazing. You kept everybody out of the kitchen for a little bit. You went in and cleaned. Now you have to let them back in. Now, one of the funnest things, and we did this with a family that had 4 children. They were all homeschooled, and there was really nowhere for them to go. And so while we were cleaning, we would clean one room. Then we would get the whole family together. All right, everybody come on in. And we would give the checklist to one of the daughters. And so she was like the foreman of the job. And she would go around and she would inspect the job after we did. Well, she loved checking stuff off. So she'd check off stuff that we didn't even do, but she checked off the whole entire page. Okay, everything is done. It looks amazing. And the family would like make sandwiches and they would like make a mess. And every room that we cleaned, the family would come in next. We're like, okay, in 2 minutes, we're going to have the grand reveal. And then all the kids would come running in and the parents would come in and whatever. And the room would look nice. And the daughter would go around and she would do the inspection. And sometimes we would rotate between kids and there would be a new inspector on this room, then on the last one. And it was like a game, right? It was really fun. But we always passed the inspection. The family always gave us their approval. And then they trashed the room. And by the time we left, we're like, what did we do here today? But they needed the help. We were happy to help. We got paid for the job, but you have to make that situation work for your particular situation. Now, there are a lot of homes where a parent is working and there are like teenagers there, and the teenagers will come in and they'll make sandwiches or drag stuff through the house or take off clothes and leave stuff strewn about or whatever after you've already cleaned it. And so what you have to do again is the room by room inspection. So when you're done with the room, take a snapshot of the room. Now it's clean, because that's what you're going to turn in with your report to the family. Now, if you're using a piece of software like I know many of us are, there are lots of great programs on the market, but a lot of them allow you to have the pictures attached to that. So as you send the invoice, they can look at all the rooms very quickly and they can see from the scan that you did in fact clean it. Now, one beyond that, many homeowners have home security cameras, and so they can watch you while you clean. And they can say, oh yes, I can see that my house cleaner is in the living room right now. And yes, she's dusting. Yes, she's sweeping. Yes, she pulled the stuff out around the end tables. Yes, she picked that up and dusted that. Okay, I'm good with that, right? So they're watching you on their home security cameras. So for them to come in and just nitpick, that's really discouraging, especially right now where you are at your homes and you are there with your families and you still need a house cleaner to come in. If you do not let the house cleaner do their job, you are going to be frustrated and the house cleaner is going to be frustrated. And either you guys are going to get in a fight or somebody's going to, not honor their guarantee or somebody's not going to get paid or whatever. So you guys have to come to an agreement of how you're going to deal with this situation, especially since people are still at home while you're cleaning. Now, one of the interesting things that we're seeing right now is there are a lot of business people that have figured out how to work from their home where they used to love going into the office and getting away from it all. And now they're like, oh, why would I get out of bed in the morning and take a shower and put on a suit when I can just go in my den and wear a sweatshirt and some shorts and I can get my work done and my family comes in and they just feed me and I don't have to go anywhere, right? It saves on the wear and tear on the car. It saves on the commute. You can get so much more done. I'm hearing crazy stories of people being 20, 40% more productive working out of their house than they ever did in an office. I mean, it's just, there's no water bottle chat stuff that happens. There's no wasting time at the office. I mean, it's just raw productivity. And so I think moving forward, house cleaners are going to have to come to these new agreements with the homeowners, because I think there are going to be a lot of homeowners now that are working from home and have figured out now how to do it and be more productive. And now they do not want to leave, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of this moving forward. So if you are a house owner, you are a homeowner, and you have a house cleaner come, you need to please figure this out with your house cleaner. And if you are the house cleaner, please figure this out with your homeowner, because I don't want either of you to be disillusioned or either of you to be disappointed in the job that you are expecting and have it fall short. So have those conversations and work that out amongst the two of you, because I want the house cleaners to keep coming. And I want you guys, if you have to stay home, I want you to stay home and be productive, because that's how you earn your money for your family as well. All right, I hope this helps. If it does, please pass it on to a friend. If we've earned your subscription, please subscribe. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.